สวัสดีครับยินดีต้อนรับเข้าสู่ Basic Thai 5. In today's lesson, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to say want and don't want in Thai. In Thai, when you want to say want, the word that you use changes depending on if you want something, you want to do something, or you want someone to do something. In today's lesson, we'll be covering the words อยาก อยากได้ อยากให้ and เอา Before we start today's lesson, I want to thank today's sponsor, which is HelloTalk. HelloTalk is a language learning and exchange application, and I've personally been using it for many years, and it's helped a lot with my language studies. So HelloTalk connects you with native speakers of the language you're learning who are learning your native language. So how does HelloTalk work? Well, one thing you can do on HelloTalk is post on your moments. So moments are kind of like your personal diary. You can ask questions about language or just post things about your day. For example, you could say something like, the weather is so nice today, I want to go to the park. After you've made a post, native speakers will come and correct your post if there are any grammatical or spelling errors, and you can also correct other people's posts, like this. So HelloTalk also has a chat feature where you can chat with native speakers of the language you're learning. And while chatting with people, just like with moments, you can correct each other's messages. If you want to practice your speaking or listening skills, you can either send voice messages or use the voice chat feature. And all these features are 100% free. If you upgrade to VIP, you can also get access to language courses in the following languages shown here, as well as use features such as HelloTalk Live, which are like online teaching seminars. So if you guys are interested in using HelloTalk, feel free to download it using the link in the description below. Okay, let's get started with the lesson. So the first word we're going to learn today, which means want, is อยาก อยาก The word อยาก is always followed by a verb, and it means want to. You want to do something. Now let's go over intonation. The intonation for อยาก is a neutral and dropping tone. อยาก อยาก Now let's try and use it in a sentence. So the basic sentence structure in Thai is the same as English. It's subject, verb, object. So อยาก is followed by the verb, which is then followed by the object. So now let's use it in a sentence using the pronouns I taught in Basic Thai 3. If you guys haven't seen Basic Thai 3, please use the link above and check it out. If I want to say I want to eat food, I would say ผม meaning me อยาก want to กิน eat ข้าว food. So let's join it all together. ผมอยากกินข้าว ผมอยากกินข้าว Now, to say you don't want to do something, it's really simple. You put the word ไม่ in front of อยาก So the intonation for ไม่ is a high dropping tone. ไม่ ไม่ and it's a short sound. So if I want to say I don't want to eat food, we simply put ไม่ in front of อยาก from the sentence before. It would be ผมไม่อยากกินข้าว ผมไม่อยากกินข้าว Let's do one more example. If I want to say I want to sit down, I would say ผม which is I อยาก want to นั่ง which is sit นั่ง Then if I want to say I don't want to sit down, I simply put ไม่ in front of อยาก so it would become ผมไม่อยากนั่ง ผมไม่อยากนั่ง The next word meaning want is อยากได้ อยากได้ So the word อยากได้ is used when you want something. The word อยากได้ is followed by a noun. The intonation for อยากได้ is really simple. So we take the word อยาก from earlier, which is a neutral and dropping tone อยาก and add ได้ on the end, which is a high dropping tone. ได้ ได้ Now you put them together and it becomes อยากได้ อยากได้ Now let's try and use it in a sentence. So if I want to say I want a new camera, I would say ผม I อยากได้ want กล้อง camera ใหม่ So if we say it as one complete sentence, it would be ผมอยากได้กล้องใหม่ ผมอยากได้กล้องใหม่ Now, if you want to say you don't want something, it's really simple. You just put mai, which we learned earlier, in front of อยากได้ so it becomes ไม่อยากได้ ไม่อยากได้ so we just said the sentence ผมอยากได้กล้องใหม่ I want a new camera. But if we want to say I don't want a new camera, I would say ผมไม่อยากได้กล้องใหม่ ผมไม่อยากได้กล้องใหม่ Now let's try it with one more sentence. If I want to say I want a car, I would say ผม I อยากได้ want รถ which means car ผมอยากได้รถ Now if I want to say I don't want a car, I simply add ไม่ in front of อยากได้ and it would become ผมไม่อยากได้รถ ผมไม่อยากได้รถ The next word is อยากให้ อยากให้ and this word is used when you want someone to do something. So อยากให้ is followed by a noun, which is then followed by a verb. Now let's go over intonation. The intonation of อยากให้ is exactly the same as อยากได้ so อยาก is a neutral dropping tone. อยาก อยาก and then ให้ is a high dropping tone. ให้ ให้ so put together it sounds like this. อยากให้ อยากให้ so in this example my friend's name is Talay. If I want to say I want Talay to drink coffee, I would say ผม I อยากให้ want ทะเล ดื่ม drink กาแฟ coffee ผมอยากให้ทะเลดื่มกาแฟ So now if I don't want somebody to do something, it's really simple. Just like the previous examples, you put ไม่ in front of อยากให้ so it becomes ไม่อยากให้ ไม่อยากให้ So using the previous example, if I want to say I don't want Talay to drink coffee, it would be ผมไม่อยากให้ทะเลดื่มกาแฟ ผม I ไม่อยากให้ don't want ทะเลดื่ม drink กาแฟ coffee. So if we put it all together, it will sound like this. ผมไม่อยากให้ทะเลดื่มกาแฟ ผมไม่อยากให้ทะเลดื่มกาแฟ The last word I'm going to teach you guys today, which means want, is the word เอา เอา So เอา and อยากได้ are very similar because they're both followed by a noun. You use them when you want something, but the situation where they're used is slightly different. So อยากได้ can be used to express a desire. For example, something that you want, but maybe you can't get it right now. It's just something that you want to get sometime. But the word เอา is used when you can get something more immediately. So for example, when you're choosing from a list of things, or maybe you have some options to choose from right in front of you. If you were at a coffee shop or a restaurant and you're looking at a menu, you would use เอา You wouldn't use อยากได้ because the options are right in front of you and you will get it quite soon. Or for example, if somebody's out shopping and they call you, they're at the shops right now, so they would call you and ask you, what do you want? In this situation, you would also use เอา instead of อยากได้ because they're going to buy it right now. Now, let's look at intonation. The intonation for เอา is quite simple. It's like joining the words and u together. So you say เอา เอา I feel like I kind of sound like I'm doing the Jaws theme at the moment. เอา เอา So when you're saying the word เอา at the end of it, you need to have kissy lips. So your lips should be in this shape. เอา is a short sound, so the R part doesn't need to be very long. So if you're practicing it at home, you would start off by saying เอา เอา and when you get comfortable, you speed it up and say เอา เอา and the word เอา is a neutral tone. Ao. Ao. Now let's use it in a sentence. So if you want to say, I want a black coffee, I would say, Pom, I, ao, want, Gafe, coffee, dam, black. If I say it normally, it would sound like this. Pom ao gafe dam. Pom ao gafe dam. But Thai is one of those languages where you don't need to constantly say I all the time. So let's cut out pom, meaning I, and just start the sentence with ao. So for example, if we're in the coffee shop and the person asks us, what would you like? I would just say, ao gafe dam krab. Ao gafe dam krab. So putting krab on the end makes it sound a little bit more polite. So if you're not exactly sure how to use krab or ka, I've explained it all in Basic Thai 1. So if you haven't seen Basic Thai 1 yet, you can check it out right here. So now if you want to say you don't want something, it's just like the previous examples, you can just put mai in front of ao. So using the previous example, I said, ao gafe dam krab. I want a black coffee. So to say, I don't want a black coffee, I would say, mai ao gafe dam krab. Mai ao gafe dam krab. Okay, that's the end of today's lesson. I hope you guys found that educational and helpful. So if you like today's lesson, please don't forget to press like, press subscribe, and also leave me a comment down below if there's any topics you'd like me to cover in future lessons. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!